Well, hello lovely humans, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is actually gonna be super fun because a lot of you guys have asked, like, how do I get started with homesteading? While the journey can kind of look wildly different for everybody, today I picked two of my most favorite and most easiest, right? That's a term. Homestead chores and or projects that literally any single one of you can do. So I'm gonna take you along with me vlog style as I make chicken stock and homemade yogurt. And when I tell you it's so flippin' rewarding to be able to have these things on hand to feed my family or to use in cooking, it's honestly, they are some of my favorite things to do. And honestly, I don't know if these are my favorite because they're so easy or because they're so rewarding. But either way, come along with me as I put together two of our family staples, homestead style. All right, so we're starting off with chicken carcasses from Azure Standard. We've got we've got thighs, backs, necks, like a whole lot of stuff happening in here. I know that I've got a lot of meat going on, so I'm actually going to be doing this in two separate stock pots. We've got this one, which I've already thrown some meat in. Because this is all frozen together in one giant clump though, I'm actually going to toss it in here, the bigger of the two, the biggest clump, and throw it in the oven to roast for a little bit. One, to kind of break it apart so it fits better into one of these two stock pots. And two, so I can end up splitting it in half, also hopefully getting some roasted flavor, but I don't plan on leaving it in there for too long. So I guess it's just like more of a rapid defrost method. Also, fair warning, I look lovely. I've been feeling poorly for about a week, but if there's ever a time in life where you need a good bone broth, it's when you're not feeling good. So I gotta get this going, so maybe by tomorrow I can end up drinking some of this. We'll see.
Yesterday there was sun and there was rain, beauty in the mundane, and as the startled our eyes, we let go of disguise.
You'll do a voiceover for me?
Yeah.
You're so generous. Okay, so I've talked about it. Oh my gosh, I look so wrecked right now. So I've talked about this on my channel before. I save scraps from celery, onions, garlic, and carrots in these, I used to use disposable Ziploc bags, but now I use the reusable ones because why not? And every time I have a scrap from one of those four things, or Elias says, we'll go ahead and toss it in here because it's just as good. In fact, there are some benefits to onion skins and I believe garlic skins as well. If I could figure out what they are, I'll toss them in right here. I Googled it once and there was a result, so that tells you something. But what I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm gonna dump both of these, one into each of these containers. Probably enough vegetables. The only thing I'm a little bit low on would be celery and maybe a few carrots. Definitely enough onions, and I might add a little bit of garlic as well. But hey, it cuts down on waste and cuts down on all the fresh produce I'm using. I'm gonna be cutting up some more celery to toss into these. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm actually going to just cut off the unusable parts and set aside the usable stalks for later, because I don't need to use those for this recipe necessarily. Like getting rid of the scraps before they're even scraps. So here's all of the trimmings that I have left. This would all end up in the trash. So it's really cool to be able to use it for this. This is plenty for two big old batches of stock.
And now there's something in the air and a sparkly shimmer on our skin, restoring everything within. Dreamy, breezy, we go. Easy on our tiptoes, undercover agents of the other, beyond gravel, beyond all.
Okay, so for project number two, I'm trying to project. For project number two, I am making yogurt. I make some pretty good yogurt, huh, bud?
Yeah.
It's super yum. But because these have been sitting long enough, the cream has separated to the top. This is from our Nigerian dwarf goats. Cream doesn't separate normally like cow cream does. So if you look at cow's milk, you can see a very, very thick, heavy layer of cream on the top. I believe the term is that goat's milk is more naturally homogenized, like it stays together more. So it's harder to get cream off the top. So once they've sat for like a week, then it's separated pretty well. Our fridge that we keep them in stays pretty cold, and back to the point of almost freezing them. So let me see if I can see one that'll be clear enough for you guys to see. I don't know if you'll be able to tell. The cream line's like somewhere right around here. I can't even really tell. Okay, cream line's right here, right there. So I'm actually going to skim the cream off the top and put it into another jar so I can save it for either making butter or whatever else I might need cream for. Because I don't need to worry about reincorporating it back in. I'm just gonna get the cream out of here and save it for later. And here's my little cream jar from the milk I transferred over earlier, so I can keep going. And you can see the cream has a much thicker viscosity than just the regular milk. I'm gonna be transferring over some of the normal milk no matter what. It's really hard to not bring some over. That's okay, it'll come out when we separate it later. Not today, probably not in this video, but another time. This is all the cream that I got from about, I think probably just over 2 gallons. And this is, what's this called? This is a quart. So not a bad amount, but in the end it's really not gonna make a whole lot of butter. So it's more of a fun thing to do with Nigerian dwarfs than it is like an actual productive thing to do. All right, now let's get set up for the yogurt. So I'm gonna be using this as my starter for my yogurt. And it says to do 1 packet or sachet per quart or liter. Now, they say quart and liters are the same thing on the back of this. Technically, they're not. There's a little bit of a difference, but that's okay. I'm gonna be doing a full gallon out of all the stuff I have here and using my Instant Pot because, praise God for the internet, because I never knew this. There is a yogurt function. I swear, like I thought I would use this thing all the time. I really rarely use it, to be honest. But now that this makes yogurt, this is like the best. Just need to, there we go. And it makes it foolproof. So you press the yogurt button. And what's supposed to happen is the milk's supposed to come to a certain temperature first to kill off, well, I have no problems with raw milk. In fact, I really wish I could figure out how to make raw yogurt. But sometimes, especially for beginners, that can be a little bit difficult because there are live, active ingredients in raw milk that will compete with the yogurt. I'm sure there's a way around this. I have not figured it out yet. So for now, although we do consume raw milk all the time, we're totally fine with it. Don't come for me, it's fine. I do need to heat it up for this. So you bring it to a certain temperature. There's like a very specific temperature. Bring it to 180 degrees and then let it cool down to 108/112. That's when you mix the starter into a cooled cup of milk and put it back in there. Now, a starter can act very much the same way as like a sourdough starter. So I do have some of my previous batch in the fridge. It's just been a minute since I used it, so I don't know how active it's gonna be. So I'll pull that out and probably add some of that in too, just because it makes me feel like I know what I'm doing, but I don't. We'll go from there. What is that? I don't know, I gotta go find it. I think that's it. Smells a little strong. Don't know if I can smell it with this. I don't know if I'm gonna use it. I think I'm just gonna go for the starter and try to keep a little bit more on top of it this time around because I don't need to be doing anything with some questionable ingredients right now. No, thank you. First up, these are my 2 older ones, so I'm gonna use this one and fill them up as much as possible. Has a giant clump of cream. Wait, I want that. Hold up. Oh, baby. Now that these are set, can you see? Yeah, you can. Okay, good. I'm gonna go ahead and pour them straight into here. Oh no! And just a little on the counter for decoration. Okay, I'll come over here so I can spill on both sides. Perfect. Now go ahead and tap the yogurt function. And then cool press it twice until it says boil. And there we go. Just go and lock it up. That'll probably go for, actually doesn't really take that long. I don't know how long it takes. This is my 3rd time doing it. So I'll go for a little bit and then I will get it out of there. Probably toss it in the freezer. Some people say to put it in an ice bath, but that takes way too much ice. We like filter our water and then make filtered and then use it in our ice maker and blah. It takes too long and I don't want to waste our ice. So I'm just gonna say hard pass on that one. So I just do it the cheater way, and there's probably a reason that you're not supposed to do it that way. You have to like let it come down to temp at a certain time for the cultures or whatnot, but hey, it turned out great last time, so we're sticking with it. This is the amount of milk I have left after combining all those, and the instructions say to mix these sachets, these packets, in with 1 cup of cold milk. So I got close to 2 cups in here. I don't need that. I'm gonna go ahead and add it to this. This milk is like probably a day or 2 older than this one, so they're fine to combine. Do this. Make sure I just leave enough behind to mix that all together. And now I actually, because the boiling's gonna take a minute, I'm gonna put these back in the fridge for now. Just kidding, I found my starter and it smells perfectly fine. Or it smells like nothing. I don't know what that other thing is. This is the problem with like experimenting with stuff. Whoops. And then I have this from my first round of trying to make raw yogurt and added way too much gelatin, and so it's like, it's funky, dude. It did not come out good. So I'm gonna pour it into this container and actually go feed it to the chickens because the probiotics is gonna be really good for them. I've got this buttermilk that probably needs to go out to them as well. Wait until you see this. Wait for it. Ugh. It's not good, you guys. It was not good. Let's see if they go for it. Here, chickies. Y'all want some yogurt? Oh, molting season's hitting you rough, ma'am. They do like yogurt.
I guess they like yogurt.
I guess so. We got more. Come on, ladies. Come get a snack.
Oh, there's a bird in the forest.
Hello, everyone. You want a snack? Come enjoy. I'm gonna see if I can separate this. Looks like I got a couple of these pieces are breaking apart, which is great. Look at all that fat. It's awesome. Okay, so I've gotten to this point. This is all still pretty stuck together. Oh, I guess I can get this out. And this pot, I'll show you in just a sec. This pot's pretty full. I'm gonna take this and toss it back in. So while that roasts a little further, this is pretty well set up. Now I wish I had bigger stock pots because this is like filled to the brim, and I like to get, this will make for a very dense stock, but I don't want my stock to be super dense actually, because I like to use it in cooking and I forget to reconstitute it. It's just what I'm used to. So there's this is pretty much full. Whatever's left is gonna go into this one. I don't know why I threw that one piece in here, but also keep in mind there's still some of the frozen pieces from earlier that I was able to pull apart. Look at those beautiful colors. So hopefully these 2 stock pots will be big enough to hold everything, but we're still waiting on the rest of that chicken to break apart. In the meantime, I'm gonna pour some water over this bad boy and get it ready to cook. This is filtered water from our Berkey. Our son accidentally knocked over the Berkey the other day and broke a couple of our filters, so we drank tap water. And when I tell you, we could taste the difference. Ooh-wee. I could not wait to get our Berkey put back together. While my gallon jug fills up, I'm gonna sprinkle a generous amount of salt. Some people salt their stock, some people don't. I usually do. Probably add maybe a little bit more minced garlic and some parsley. Straight to the top. All right. Oh, wow. Okay, literally straight to the top. So I actually set this to boil. I'm gonna catch it before it starts boiling though and bring it back down to a simmer. and leave this for the next day or so. And then we're just waiting for chicken for that one. I think I'm gonna run out of room. I don't know. We'll make it up as we go along. How's that sound? Instant Pot just went off. So I'm gonna grab, where's that? I'm gonna grab my ladle and skim this off the top. I forget what recipe I said, or what recipe I saw this in, but they recommended skimming this off the top because it'll give your yogurt a funky texture if you leave it on. Cool, now it's time to add the culture. There we go. Now that looks good. This should be all broken apart pretty nicely. I'm pretty sure this might fit. I don't know, let's find out. Oh no, are you gonna get steamed up? You're getting steamed up. How much can I fit in this one frame? Can I do it? Ooh, those colors are so pretty. All right, one thing we are for sure not doing is we are not wasting all of this goodness down in here. Normally I'd deglaze a little bit because this was frozen and had plenty of liquid with it. I don't think I need to. So now I just need to fill this bad boy up with water and get it cooking. You can see there's already a little bit of water down in there because I got impatient. But I'm actually gonna end up filling the roasting pan up with water and using that to kind of try to get as much of this out as possible and into there. Why waste flavor, you know? Yogurt's come down to temp. Oh, sorry, milk's come down to temp. I've already mixed in my culture. I'm gonna go ahead and drop that in. Oh, and I skimmed off. I remembered you're supposed to wait till it's cooled to skim off the stuff on top. All right, mixing that in. And I'm also gonna add a spoonful or two of my previous starter, just for good measure. Just kidding, I'm gonna add the whole thing. Last time I did this, it only took 6 hours until it reached the consistency I want, which is good, because it's already 5 o'clock. Here we go. Oh no. And now we wait. Now, obviously, I was clearly unwell throughout the video, so I ended up not filming what I ended up doing with the yogurt. So what we like to do is we put them in these little half-pint jars, and you can see a little brown at the bottom. That's not discoloration. We actually sweeten our yogurt with organic maple syrup, and I swear to you, it is my absolute favorite. So these are the perfect little package sizes for us. And when I pull this out, I'm literally gonna have this for a snack right now. And then as far as the stock is concerned, I threw those into freezer bags and tossed them into the freezer. I'm still kind of learning my way, or like tiptoeing my way into canning, so I'm not quite sure if you have to have like a specific stock canning recipe or whatnot, but at least I've got that on hand, especially with holidays right around the corner. I will be using chicken stock like crazy when I make my mashed potatoes or stuffing or all this fun stuff, which I am super excited to delve into because I just love hosting for the holidays. How about you guys? Are you doing any hosting or are you making any dishes to bring to someone? Let me know in the comments below. If you do end up trying either one of these, either making scrap stock or making your own yogurt, do me a favor, tag me on Instagram when you do that because it's so freaking fun watching you guys do this stuff alongside me, and it's so exciting to do this together as a community. If you haven't done so already, jump on down there, like the video if you like this homesteader style content, and subscribe to this channel because you never know what you're gonna get. Last week it was cooking with confidence. This week it's homesteader cooking. Is this turning into a cooking channel? No, never. Okay. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna go enjoy my yogurt and I'll catch you guys next video. Bye guys.